I said to wait for it, Bronny. Okay, we're live.
Oh, I saw Esau sitting on a seesaw. I saw Esau with my girl. I saw Esau sitting on a seesaw, giving her a merry whirl. When I saw Esau, he saw me. I got red and got so sore, and I got a son, saw that Esau, that old seesaw.
When he says that about like the guy with his girl, like what does that mean? Were they making out or like what?
That seems to be the implication.
I don't know. It could be dirtier.
There's a lyric to a song I listen to, that I don't get.
Yeah.
I'll actually put it in the Discord. I'll try to quote it as best as I can. You know what? I don't remember it. It's so ridiculous. I'll say it later.
But Clayton's here. Hi, Clayton. How are you doing, by the way? But I meant to say, Brandon. Right before we started the stream, you were telling us a story, and I very rudely cut you off. Tell the stream the story.
I don't actually remember. What was I saying before?
No kitty.
I think it was something about your younger brother and his drum set.
Oh. No.
No. You were talking about being in middle school and spraying Axe body spray into your face.
Yeah. I was one of those kids. I wasn't like, I don't know. I guess you'd say douchebag in the fullest extent of the word. I guess more idiotic. And it could have come off as douchebaggy, but just to see like what would happen, I did spray Axe body spray into my face, and I had the reaction time to close my eyes, but I tasted Axe that whole day. I think it was the chocolate flavor. Sure as hell didn't taste like it. And I'll just say right now, in those commercials, Axe is supposed to attract like a lot of ladies and everything. I made a girl sick to the point of nausea.
Yeah, that stuff smells horrible, and I've heard but never bothered to confirm that it's actually made with like with male pheromones.
Ew.
So it's something that if anybody likes the smell of it, it's going to be a guy. Is the implication beyond that? Because I've never met a woman or even a girl that liked the smell of Axe.
I knew a girl who liked Axe, but she was a lesbian and liked wearing it herself.
I don't like the smell of Axe.
And I can't smell Axe.
It's not great.
I just kind of had it because the gym teacher was just like, get deodorant. And I'm like, okay, I'll stick with Axe.
Wow, did you smell?
What?
Did you smell?
No, they just told everyone.
So, what are we working on, Heather?
The hat again. So I ran out of the yarn we usually use to make the hat, but I bought a new kind to just kind of make the trim of it because I couldn't find this other type of yarn again. And I went to like Walmart and Hobby Lobby, so I just got something that I thought was interesting, would look nice as a trim.
You know, it's kind of cool that you're having a... I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, Heather, Clayton says you look great.
Thank you.
And I agree.
What was I saying before now? I forgot.
We cut each other off. I'm sorry about that. So, let's see here.
You thought something was great.
I remember.
Okay.
I remember. I think it's kind of cool, Heather, that you're getting a different type of yarn, and so the hat's going to look a little different. It's kind of going to have a nice, diverse color scheme, even if it's not intended to.
The word you're looking for is trim, but yes, it is definitely a happy accident.
Actually, I think it's going to be really cool too, especially like if you could feel the texture of the yarn, I would really like it because this yarn I picked out is very soft and snug, and I think it'll be nice to like have that area around the head, and the rest of the yarn doesn't feel bad, but it's not, the softest texture. It's just kind of, it's all right, but yeah, this is what you want around your head, and I think that it really goes together,
Megan McGonigal says, Heather Boss. And Boken5 asks, is it bad that I forgot about the time changing?
Nah, I forget all the time. But while we're here, would you guys like to meet my newest child? It's
Oh God, am I the father?
Yes, you are. If you guys hadn't noticed on Twitter, it's me and Bronny's anniversary today.
Yeah!
2 years. And so he finally gave me a baby, and it's Togepi.
You wanna?
I think I've given you a couple of babies.
Yeah, you gave me that tiger and Togepi. What else have you given me? That's a stuffed animal type thing. We have Knife, who is also our baby. It's your first.
And you gave me little Brawny.
I made you him. And
Yep.
I gave you a little piece of pizza, if you count that as a baby.
Yeah, I suppose I should. Oh, and Cookie.
And Action Brawny, if you count that.
Yeah, I suppose.
Action Brawny's cool.
I'm hearing an echo. Is that coming from your speakers, Heather, or mine?
Hold on.
Or
Start talking and let me
I
see.
hear it too. So
It
It's
must.
probably coming from Brandon's.
I have my headphones plugged in.
Alright, then that narrows it down then. So we got some chat here. Clayton wants to know, why can't people just bathe with soap? Why do they need to use body spray? Heather, what do you think about that?
I don't know. It's faster for them. They think it's like a shower in a can. I don't get it either. And plus, like, why don't you just use regular deodorant? Then maybe no one would notice. Just use regular deodorant.
Yeah, the point of deodorant is that, like, say after a workout, or if you are the type of person who sweats easily, which in both cases is me. You dry off, you put on some dry clothes, but before you do that, you put on deodorant because you don't necessarily have time or aren't in a situation where you can take a shower. So the best thing you can do is temporarily mask the smell, which deodorant has a decent reputation of doing. Were you going to say something, Brandon?
No.
Honeydrop the Unicorn wants to know how we're all doing.
Pretty well. So, along with it being our anniversary, tomorrow is Brandon's birthday.
Yeah.
How old you gonna be, big boy?
Maybe 23.
That's good. Don't
You
know
know
why.
what that means, right, Brandon?
What?
It's music time.
Oh no.
Give me a beat, Brandon.
Don't worry, honey. I'll give you a beat.
Are you guys gonna sing Happy Birthday? Oh no.
I'm gonna do it. I don't know what Heather's gonna do.
I'm gonna drum. Go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. This tempo's all over the place. Happy birthday to Brandon.
Heather, why can't you keep time?
I don't know.
She's white.
Maybe Heather, if you practiced your guitar a bit, you'd have a better idea of.
How about no, Brandon?
What? Why don't you want to be?
Because you're making me.
Oh! I just hit my funny bone on the chair next to me. That's not funny.
I pushed him to
funny
hurt
to
him.
me.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Heather, turn down your speaker slightly for me, please.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
Okay. What else do we have going on in the chat?
Let's see. Clay doesn't want you to sing ever again.
Clayton's got high hopes.
High hopes for a living.
No.
'Cause he's got high hopes. He's got high hopes. He's got high apple pie in the sky. I am flat as a pancake tonight, guys.
Yeah.
I got pie in the kitchen. Because it's also pie day!
Heather sent me pastries or what were they? That's coming in the mail for me. It still hasn't arrived. What were?
Just the cookies and a card.
Oh yeah. I got the clock. I haven't gotten those yet.
They'll
Those and
probably
that-
come Monday.
I have like at least 6 or so Atari games coming in the mail.
For those of us who don't follow your Twitter, Brandon, what kind of clock did you get?
So, Heather gave me a gift. It was this, or she commissioned a gift and then sent it to me. Um, I forget his name. I'm sorry. What's his name, Heather?
Samet Lion.
Samet Lion.
Yeah, that guy made the clock, and then Heather sent it to me. So it's a Breath of the Wild themed, or it's a Legend of Zelda themed clock based on the one of the popular cliffside promo art from Breath of the Wild, which is Link staring off at Ganon's castle in the distance, and
Nice.
it's really cool. I like it. I haven't hung it up yet, but um, it's really neat. There's a lot of places that I can hang it up. I also have these 3D cutouts, but I don't know what to do with them. Like I don't know what I'm supposed to do with those.
It's like a card or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because the creator who's just like, show off what you're gonna do with the cutouts. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with the cutouts?
I guess.
Hey Brandon, I got a question.
Yes.
If you dance to Legend of Zelda music, are you doing the Macarena of Time?
I suppose so.
You took that on the chin like a champ, Brandon. You and Heather both did it.
Let's see, what have I missed?
Quite a bit.
Yeah. Clayton wants you to take singing lessons from Pinky, and I haven't determined who of the main six is a good singer. I've already
Pinky,
moved out.
Pinky is probably the worst singer of the main six.
Rarity is the best.
It's a tie. Either like I'm rewatching the episodes. I'm almost done with season 1. I think I can't decide who's the worst singer. It's either Rainbow Dash, Pinky, and even Rarity kind of has her bad moments. I can't tell who's the worst singer. They're all
for best singer, in my opinion, it's somewhere. It's either between Fluttershy and Rarity, and I can't tell.
Applejack's okay enough to be a pass. Okay, in my opinion.
Buck and 5 wants to know, how much does your Walmart have left? With the virus thing, every store seems to be empty. Heather.
The groceries are doing very fine. The only thing I see missing is toilet paper. Just toilet paper.
Yeah, what is up with
What
that?
is it? Like,
I guess they're worried about a lockdown like in Italy, and yeah, I wouldn't want to be out of that in that situation, I guess.
My theory is that people are misinformed and they think that it could be spread through fecal matter. Well, that's my theory, but like.
But why would you need more toilet paper?
Dude, I don't know.
You don't get rid of fecal matter just from wiping, which that just raises the question of why weren't you doing that in the first place?
Hey, it took this to get more people to wash their hands recently. So
I know everybody's a friggin' retard except for us.
Yeah. Also, water's going pretty quick, but we have like a filtered pitcher, so I'm just like, I bought a 6-pack of water just because I'm like, I don't know, are we gonna run out of water?
Heather has seen the pictures that I sent her last night. I was at a store with my brother, and just for some reason, almost no bread. Almost all cuts of beef were gone. Although they kept the bacon. I don't know if no one took bacon. It's just we love it, folks. We love it.
Megan McGonigal says, weird dream I've had a few nights ago. I was a farmer in a farmer con with everything on except a shirt or bra and had a coat on to cover my body. Okay, was there anything else about that dream? Let's see. Let's see here. New controller says, "Heyo."
Yo.
Let's see here. Buck and 5 wants to know if you've introduced Knife to Togepi, which, given how Knife is laying right next to Togepi right now and doing her best to ignore it, I'd say so.
Yeah, she takes it weird.
There's only one thing she hates more than Togepi, and that's my ocarina.
Nah, she hates that tiger over there.
She likes your rabbits, though.
Yeah, she's still cuddling with him. She was like that before we even started, and I was just like, "Are you sure you want to go over here? Because you're like ball deep in those bunnies, and I'm not sure why." It makes me wonder how she'd react to an actual rabbit.
That's
Girl, how is your fur coming off so much?
Say what, Heather?
Her fur is like all up on this bitch.
So I ordered bourbon chicken from this Chinese place, and it tastes so much like their spare ribs. How the hell is that possible?
They probably put them right next to each other. Maybe use the same sauce.
I don't know.
Go ahead, Brandon.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but Bagorna is asking us if we have bidets, and
Nope.
what are we, Italy?
No, we're in America.
I don't like the idea of those things without really getting into it. I don't really want to get into it. Buck5 wants to know, Heather, if I've ever given you anything pony related.
You certainly have. He's bought things from me from conventions before. Like, he got me this really nice picture of Rarity, which I don't have with me, and it's with my mom, so she's got to bring me more of my stuff. This really nice thing that Keyframe did was like a framed cutout of like punk rock Rarity, or was it just plain Rarity, and then I had a print of punk rock Rarity? I can't remember. But he certainly bought me posters and stickers, and he bought me a Twilight Secret shipfic folder, which I really liked. And other than giving me Togepi for our anniversary, he gave me a bouquet of flowers and a box of cookies. Oh, and it goes into the belt he got me. I had this belt buckle that I got from Silver Slinger at a convention years ago, and I never had a belt to put it on. But he finally got me a white belt.
Yeah, but Brandon, I did punk rock Rarity. What's your question there?
Punk rock Rarity?
Oh yeah, you haven't been to that episode yet.
Season 7, I believe, episode 14. Rarity loses all of her hair and turns it into a punk rock style sort of fashion statement.
It was great.
No, it
Guys,
was not.
Yes, it was. You're just jealous.
I have a fortune from the fortune cookie. Are we all ready to absorb the wisdom? Okay.
Yeah.
There's no point to be grown up if you can't be childish sometimes.
I agree.
Yeah.
Good fortune cookie. Lucky numbers are 31, 33, 34, 56, 342. Those I don't really believe in, but whatever.
Let's see. I think it was I lost. Yes, Clayton wants to know if people still take baths.
Yes.
I do sometimes. Like, I mostly shower, but like, I don't know.
How else do you use your bath bombs?
But I also can't fit in most bathtubs.
You just need a hot tub.
Yeah.
Hot tubs are fantastic.
I would definitely like a hot tub. Honeydrop wants to know if Heather has seen the new episode of Steven Universe.
I have not. No spoilers. I have not been able to catch up on Steven Universe Future.
Oh, speaking of shows sort of kinda giving off the vibe that Steven Universe gives off, I recently watched the pilot of Hazbin Hotel with Heather.
Yeah, it was, he reacted about as I thought, like, kind of like neutral, like, yeah, that was funny in some parts. That's only so much you can do with the pilot.
I'm still thinking over what exactly was I liked or didn't like about it. I can agree with you that I can like where it could potentially be going. I think what I dislike, and from what I've seen, a lot of people also don't like it, is I dislike the songs mostly because they're all too obtuse for how the characters are established. I know Charlotte, whatever her name is,
Charlie
is an idealist, but she's not like a super dumb naive idiot. And the song she had made her seem like that to me, and I don't like the obtuse songwriting of a lot of the songs.
Really, you didn't like that first one either?
Not really.
What did you think?
Other than that, I still haven't really like thought through everything on Hazbin Hotel. I just don't want it to reach Steven Universe levels of ham, because then I won't be able to stand it.
Not sure what you mean by that, but I don't know. What did you think of Stamper's character?
Stamper.
The guy who does the voice.
My favorite voice actor like ever.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have done a lot more with him.
They definitely could. It would be great to get more of him, but like the pilot, he has to share it with everyone else. I'm sure as soon as they make more episodes, there will be some that's just him doing his freaking best, which is great. I love it.
Also, if you hear noise, I'm gonna toy around with a way I could possibly show you guys my Atari games without it being too terrible. So if you hear some noise, there's that.
Heather, Buck5 wants to know Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle?
Bulbasaur.
Why though?
I like Bulbasaur.
That's the wrong answer though.
You're the wrong answer.
You're supposed to pick Chikorita.
I
like Chikorita too.
I like Magikarp.
That's okay.
I like Splash Attack.
That's valid. Whatever. You just come onto my bed to shed, don't you?
Oh no, I can use my...
Brownie, remind me next week we gotta wash these sheets.
Come again, Heather?
Remind me next week we gotta wash these sheets. Was thinking it
That's
earlier.
gonna be a chore, given that your bed is pushed up against the corner, and I'm pretty sure it's also a queen.
Yeah, I know. I've done it before.
And then
it's
you
just
have to get knife off of the bed.
We're doing that next week, so... Look at her. She's a Hawaiian.
Yeah, knife is being extra adorable tonight.
Yeah, I'm trying to just make space.
Playing with her.
I'm just trying to make space so I can just like let the whole world see her.
I almost dropped my big 60,000 pound Legend of Zelda books on my laptop.
Don't do
Freaked
that.
out a little bit.
Yeah, don't do that, Brandon.
Who is, how do you even say that name? Vaggie?
Vaggie? That was the one with the gray skin that was always with Charlie. The really pissed off one.
Oh yeah, that one. That's the thing, I can't remember a lot of the names.
It takes a bit. You have to think about it.
I think the one that stuck out to me the most was Alastor.
Alistair.
I think that's because Alistair, whatever, had a lot of. His character was to be expected. He kind of has to have a lot of charm in order for what they want to do to him to work, but it still worked. So I think that's kind of why I.
And I would also talk about him before you'd even seen this thing.
That too.
I'm a pretty basic chick. A C's pretty boy. Want that.
How's your hat coming?
Still not done with this first round. I made this hat pretty damn big.
It looks like it's almost ready to start getting folded in.
Oh yeah, I'm starting that phase already.
Nice. How many rows is that gonna take?
However rows it takes to make it a hat, Bronny. I don't have this down to an exact science.
Inch by inch, row by row.
Getting together.
You're going all around the circumference of that thing. Would it have been easier to make like a straight line and then sew it to the perimeter?
Because if you sew it together, like you're not sure if it's gonna fit the head right. You'd have to keep going like, is it gonna do this? If I sew it up right here, you don't know how tight it's gonna be.
What if we tried to supplement it with elastic and then just made sure that we made it tight so that it had room to flex?
I don't know how to put elastic in something like this and have it work practically.
I tried to think about it for a second and then realized I don't know how to do that either.
Of course you don't know how to do that. You don't even know how to crochet.
Brody, what do you know how to do?
I can knit.
Can you?
Can
Yep.
you though?
Can you
I
still
can
knit?
knit and I can sew.
Why don't you knit me a new life?
I can't work with that. I tried to throw it back in your face and I tried to make a pun and I drew a blank. Basically, you get nothing.
I'm used to it. But wait, no, it's gonna be my birthday. You can't not give me a present on my birthday. That makes you a horrible person.
I already am a horrible person and I already sang to you, so you got as much as I could do.
Heather got me a clock, and pretty soon, hopefully.
Well, if you want, I could get you a different kind of clock. Would you like that, Brandon?
Would I?
You could clock you right upside the head if I wanted to. Oh, goodness.
That's the same cup you were using last stream, Heather. I just noticed.
Yeah. What's the big deal?
I don't know. I have a ton of cups like that. They're all Legend of Zelda themed. Some were thrown away, some were messed up because someone tossed them in the dishwasher. I told you about the one time a coworker threw away one of my Legend of Zelda themed canteens,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I was a little mad at first, but it was kind of on its way out anyway. It was dented in a couple spots, and I think it might have been leaking too. So.
Yeah, my water bottle that I use for workouts has been leaking.
Should get a new water bottle.
I don't really feel like
Maybe
it.
some new water.
No.
That being said, there's no water bottles for us at work. Just all out.
Heather, on a completely unrelated note, in the recommended of this video, there is a video by Markiplier titled "Someone Wrote a Book About Me Without My Permission," and I am morbidly curious.
A book or a fan fiction? You can just say fan fiction, Mark.
No idea. I guess that's part of where the curiosity is. Honey Drop the Unicorn says Doctor Who is dead. Finally!
Is it?
Maybe he can take the Whovians with them!
Were they a big problem, really?
I guess not. But I just don't like other fandoms because I'm a pretentious prick.
Yeah, we all know.
Sounds like a brony.
Are you kidding me? Most bronies were also Whovians.
Yeah, that's why we got Dr. Hooves.
Sounds like a lot of hoopla.
Dr. Hoopla.
I've seen a lot of quotes. I think they're from Dragon something abridged.
Dragon Ball Z's bridge is over.
Abridged. You got a lot of people quoting Dragon Ball Z abridged in your chat, Heather.
That's their business. It's dead, people. Just accept it.
Nagorno says... Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, Heather, I just saw your tweet is very good, very nice.
Is it?
Nagorno says, happy birthday, Brandon, and happy anniversary to Heather and I. I hope y'all can commemorate with a proper isolationist banquet of canned chicken, apple-flavored vodka, and a roll of toilet paper.
That sounds beautiful.
I mean, it's not like we're ever in the same vicinity as each other consistently. So, it's kind of like we're doing that already.
Well, in case it's not blatantly obvious to everybody, my throat isn't where it should be tonight. I've been feeling kind of sore the last couple of days.
You know what this means, Heather?
We have to kill him?
He has to be quarantined. He's got the coronavirus now.
Fuck.
The people will survive in their environment, in the dirt, scarcity, and the emptiness of our South.
A beautiful kitty. Beautiful.
They're on the beach, I can see it in her eyes. And I only had a Corona 5-cent deposit.
I feel like this is the start of some 80s song and I should be hearing a synth right now.
Nope. That is the Jackass theme. By the which is, the title of that song is Corona, and it's by the Minutemen. So every time somebody says coronavirus, I get the theme to Jackass stuck in my head.
You ever first question, have you ever read Scott Pilgrim graphic novels?
No.
I've read a little bit.
Bronny, you should. Heather, you should read more. But there was also a movie.
Yeah.
A bad one, granted, but it was a movie. And the main character had a song for Ramona that was literally called Ramona. And now, whenever I think of Scott Pilgrim, I just replace the words Ramona with Corona.
Emerald Spencer says, Heather, if my PC gets a coronavirus, I'm blaming you.
Blame Bronny. He's the one that has it.
Heather, would you rather cosplay as Bulma or Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball?
Probably Bulma. I mean, I'm not even a big Dragon Ball Z fan. I just like her better. And she ends up with Vegeta.
Now you have to change your hair color. Chi-Chi,
You can just get a wig.
Hair color as you. I guess so, but that's not authentic.
I never do it authentic. I'm always wearing wigs in my cosplays.
Are you wearing a wig now?
No, this is pretty much stuck there.
But the question is, which Bulma? Because there's like, I don't know, she changes her hair and outfits so often in that show.
Which is realistic.
Yep.
I've gone through quite a few changes myself. Did I ever tell you about the time I had cut my hair to like right here, shoulder length?
No, I don't think you've ever told me about that.
Yeah, I donated my hair to Locks of Love at that time. Then I would just have my hair down all the time. Then there was the time I just had my hair up in a clip all the time, mostly because I worked at a warehouse. And then recently, like the curled hair thing I brought in. And I never used to braid my hair as much, but now I'm braiding it all the time.
Professor Luce says, I'm watching Zootopia. Any comment on that?
Yeah, I don't really like it.
Yeah, watch a better movie.
I haven't seen Zootopia. I don't really care to, so I don't know. Do whatever you want.
Megan McGonagall says if Heather's gonna be Bulma, then I have to be Vegeta. Nah, I want to be Yamcha. I like him better.
Too bad.
Just a tool.
He's more competitively viable
No.
in Dragon Ball Fighter Z, the video game.
Well, you need to be Vegeta.
Buckin5 asks if Brony's ever tried one of your wigs on, and I think so.
Oh yeah, that was in a stream.
That one stream, yeah, that one stream.
I've been ignoring Buckin5's questions all night because he's asking questions he knows the answer to, and that everybody has heard us talk about before. And that was one of them. He was there for that stream. He was the first one in that stream.
Yeah, I always wondered who's the very first person that tunes into every single stream.
It's usually Clayton, Buckin, or Honeydrop.
They're my most avid fans.
I thought your most avid fan was the one sitting in the corner behind you. Buckin5 says, if Heather ever goes insane, she'll give Brawny a wig made from her own hair.
I considered doing that anyway.
I don't see the connection between insanity and giving a wig. But sure. Is hair pulling like some kind of something associated with mental illness? I imagine. So yeah.
Yeah, there's like a whole thing. Like I forget what it's called. It starts with a T. Tweeze.
I know there's like trick is something mania, but I thought that was hair. That's not hair.
Like you pluck it off. Like Lightning Bliss was talking to me about that. Like they pluck out their eyelashes and their brows and stuff.
Clayton says, "Isn't Togepi a girl? Then if Togepi's gonna be the spawn of Vegeta and Bulma, then wouldn't she be Bulla? And first of all, the name is Bra.
I've always wanted Mount
We don't call her Bulla here. That's that stupid crap that Funimation did. We don't acknowledge them."
This
What about that whole controversy?
which controversy?
The Vic Mignogna thing?
Is that what it's called with reference of the voice reels where they basically said a bunch of offensive stuff?
No.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a different controversy. That came out right around the same time that they were trying to bury Vic Mignogna, and they're saying all this, they're coming out with all this stuff that he's saying and doing and making all these accusations of how nasty he is, and then it comes out that they've got all these tapes of them saying, super offensive things too. So it's like, you freaking hypocrites. Buckin5 wants to know if Brandon's gonna eat cake.
Am I gonna eat cake?
Yes, are you gonna eat cake tomorrow?
Am I gonna practice piano? The answer is yes. Of course I'll eat cake. And I'll practice piano.
At the same time.
According to Emerald Spencer, Togepi has an 88.14% chance of being male.
It doesn't matter. I like my child no matter what.
Why is this a thing again?
I don't know.
I don't care.
I like Togepi because when I was a kid, of course, we were watching the anime, and we had a toy Togepi that was like half the size of this, half the girth. It was just a little toy that you could carry around like this, and I thought it was cute. But we got rid of it because it broke or something.
Buckin5 wants to know if Togepi ever evolved in the anime.
I don't think she did. Or he did. Whatever. No.
I didn't recognize Togepi for a second, and I actually almost called Togepi Jigglypuff, and I was gonna be like, I think you got that on purpose, because I said last stream that Jigglypuff used to make me cry when I was a kid.
Like, Jigglypuff that's funny because the toy that I got, like, it was a set. You got a little Togepi, and you got a little Jigglypuff. So that's interesting. They came in a set of two. I don't know why those two together.
Apparently Misty's Togepi did evolve during the Hoenn arc.
Did it? I don't remember that happening.
Clayton says if Heather and Bronny were hyenas, Heather would be the dominant one.
Cool.
I think we're not hyenas.
What are you?
Humans.
Boring.
Or
are
ponies.
you sure about that?
Yes, I am. Buckin5 wants to know if there's any Digimon that we like.
No.
Alrighty then.
Now, we're talking about Pokemon Digimon, but no one has brought up Ben 10's various alien forms.
Oh, I like Ben 10.
I liked it. I liked it when I was little. I don't know if I would like it now if I were to rewatch it.
Yeah, it's definitely got its flaws, but I had fun watching it.
I know Ben 10 had a couple of. I don't know if they were sequels or spin-offs.
Oh yeah, plenty of
He
spin-offs.
was older. I don't know if those are good either.
I liked them, the ones where he got older. That's the thing from the original cartoon is that I thought he was annoying because he was a dick, like a little jerk kid. But his teenage self is definitely more tame. Like he still has a tendency to be full of himself because of all this shit. But like he got better, and so did Gwen, because Gwen was also annoying in the original, and she leveled the hell out and was actually she was probably one of the better characters in the show. forget what their grandpa's name was. I just know it's like Grandpa something.
What if it's just the grandpa? I'm willing to bet it's just the grandpa.
No, that's Grandpa Gruff from My Little Pony.
Alright. Bigorna says, so you guys aren't horses? Disgusting.
Professor Lou says Alien Force was my favorite series.
Alien Force was good. I did like Alien Force. You know what I'm thinking? Like, back, the only thing about Ben 10 I probably would have complained about is that they didn't have a villain that I thought was the best. Like, Vilgax was pretty good, but not amazing. I don't know, there wasn't a villain that I, like with every other series, I usually have a villain where I'm like, yes. This series, like, none of the series can I think of a villain that I liked incredibly much. I definitely liked a lot of the designs of the aliens. The aliens were very cool.
I think the best cartoon villain ever is Serpentor.
Bronny, I can boot you out of this stream anytime.
I'm sure you could, but it wouldn't be as good of a stream.
I beg to differ.
My favorite animated short is The Dover Boys at Pimento University. I love that short.
That's a funny way to pronounce Cory in the House.
What?
But no, The Dover Boys is a great show, or a great short.
It was a great short. I feel like it's better as a short. I don't imagine it doing well as a full
No,
series.
it definitely wouldn't.
I don't know
And
what you
even
guys
more
are
than
talking about.
one short is pushing it.
I don't know about this short.
Unhand her, Dan, backslide. Unhand her, Dan, backslide. Unhand her, Dan, backslide. Hey, we're getting in a rut.
I don't know this series at all.
I'll have to show it to you after the stream.
I'm fixing that. I'm gonna put a link in the chat.
Yeah, please, because I've been trying to say this whole time, like, guys, I don't know what we're talking about.
Hark, the Dover Boys. That means beautiful Dora Standpipe is unprotected.
Well, all right then.
Yeah, I'm just quoting it at this point. That's the obnoxious villain.
Oh, I bet I'm gonna love him.
His name is Dan Backslide, and you'll either love him or you'll hate him, and there will be nothing in between.
I love him.
Consider my personality and then tell me, would I like him?
I think
Probably.
she'd like him. Don't you think, Brandon? Find him funny at the very least.
Yeah, I think so. I think she'd at least find him funny.
Look at her mouth. She's a big tiger.
Heather, this is not the fawn over your cat stream.
It kind of is.
This is not chaos and cuddles. This is koas and crocheting. This I am going to sue you for falsely advertising your stream.
Oh yeah. Shit.
Buckin5 says, for cartoon villains, Bill Cipher is hard to beat.
He was pretty good.
Have we been watching the Friendship is Magic stop motion shorts? Oh my god, I stopped.
I haven't.
I watched the first
seen it.
4. Don't bother, Heather.
Don't tell me what to do. 4. Now I gotta do it.
They've come out with 7 more, with not 7 more, but 3 more since, and God, they are all so bad.
I mean, hey, you know, if you're a series with 9 years of straight 2% dairy, I can imagine it definitely getting worse with stop motion.
Honey Drop the Unicorn says, Heather, you should look up Moon Dreamers. It's an 80s cartoon.
Okay.
Professor Lou says, Brawny, you are an old soul. You know, that is not the first time I've heard that.
In more ways than one, yes.
But it's true, though. I'm a year older than everybody here combined.
So, like, you're 6 years old?
Yes. Bigorna says my favorite cartoon villain is Drugs from the 1980s anti-drug cartoon. This is crack.
Thanks, Pee Wee Herman.
Thank you, Heather. I was worried for a second that nobody got that joke.
No, I got that.
Because
Now,
it's
we're
so
talking about
funny.
villains. I think my favorite superhero is Pepsi Man.
Oh, dude, freaking, you know what happened?
Pepsi Man.
Freaking Looney sent me some shit because I think I said something in a chat like, I don't like Coca-Cola, I like this, and then he
Swear
sent
jar.
me. I'll tell you that later. But like, he sent me the clip of a Vine where like someone's like, oh look, a nice 7-Up, and then like a fucking Pepsi Man comes in, smacks it out of his hand, and gives him a Pepsi. And you're just like, thank you.
Swear jar again.
Speaking of which, it's been getting hard to fill. But I did put some pennies in there today, so I earned it.
Alright, I guess.
Why is everyone older than me?
Because you're a child.
Because you're a young whippersnapper.
Goo goo gaga.
Buckin5 wants to know if I would ever dress up as Dan Backslide. Buckin, have you ever seen me at a convention? I pretty much do dress up as Dan Backslide.
I'm really curious now.
Dan Backslide is basically this green-skinned dude who, like, hangs out at the bars and gambles and plays pool and dresses in zoot suits and listens to jazz. So basically, like, an amalgamation of everything that made you a horrible person in the eyes of 1950s cartoons. Hey, Brandon.
Yeah.
I'll runabout. I'll steal it! No one will ever know! And he talks like that, where he's either
Like yelling.
Yeah,
He's
he's
like
either
yelling.
got this menacing whisper where he's conniving and scheming his next goal to win over the heart of lovely Dora Stan Piper, or he's yelling about how much he loves her. Father's money.
I love that line. No, my other
I
favorite.
can't believe you gave that away. I would have laughed so hard.
Confound them. They drive me to drink, and he's just.
Is that where that comes from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always saw it. I always saw the Brony meme as like, confound these ponies. They drive me to drink.
Well, we just have to get you more cultured. That's all.
Fuck you.
Swear jar.
Make me, bitch.
$3.
You can give me $3.
How about $5 for the culture jar?
Mm.
Every time Heather learns something new, she puts $5 in the jar.
That'd be interesting.
Guys, we need you to donate to the links in the stream so that we can fund Heather's education.
Sure, I'd like that. You gonna pay for my college?
After your literal kangaroo court of a university, you should get some real education.
Thanks.
It's not like you're disagreeing with me.
I'm not.
You've had I've bared witness to, or bore witness, I don't care, to her fair share of venting.
Let's just be glad we're not going
She
back.
get her money back.
All right, so guys, speaking of donations, I'm gonna hijack the stream for just a second here, and bring everybody's attention to this link that I'm about to post in the chat. Our friend in the chat there, Professor Luce, him and his family need some help with some medical bills. If anybody's willing to throw a few dollars his way, that'd be great. And with that, how's the progress coming, Heather?
It's coming. We're on our second round. It's pretty good.
How many rounds do you think you're gonna put onto it?
Did I not just tell you at the beginning of this thing that I haven't gotten this down to an exact science? It's however many it takes.
Do around three or four. That's what I would do.
No, I think she should do 10.
Probably will. Confound these men, they drive me to drink, Knife.
We already did lose. But you could do it again if you want.
Do I drive you to drink, Heather?
You do.
That's unfortunate. We should get you a better boyfriend, Heather.
I'm getting tired of your crap. You always gotta make it about yourself.
No, it's not about me. It's about you.
But then it's gotta be like, huh, I must be the thing worth replacing. Oh, Heather, am I the one making you upset? I'm sorry. And I'm like,
if it's
no.
not him, what do you think needs replacing?
There's nothing that needs replacing. He just needs to shut up.
Pretend that there is something that needs replacing. Pretend. And don't say me. I am perfectly fine. I am the best addition to this stream. You will never have anyone better.
We should replace that orange teddy bear in the background.
Orange?
Yes, the orange teddy bear in the background.
That's Applejack.
No, the one next to Applejack.
That's pink, you idiot!
It looks orange on the stream.
Well, it's not orange, stupid.
It looks orange.
Well,
Thank you, Brandon.
why would we replace that? That's a good
If I have
teddy
to
bear.
hear one more lecture about how colorblind I am, I'm gonna rip out the last of my hair.
Good. It'll look good.
Did you have a whole debate with Heather on color once? Something about magenta, the difference between magenta and something else?
Oh, we
I
have
don't
fights
need
about
to
color
get
all the
into
time.
that again. I'm so tired. I'm gonna
I
drink
will
some
fight
more.
Heather on why purple is the best color.
Look, it can be the best color. Just know what shade of purple you like and what it's called.
Nobody can decide on what it's called, though, Heather. That's the point. So you might as well just call things, by their base color and then give them a descriptor like light or dark, or maybe add an ish to a secondary color that it looks like it's been blended with. Megan McGonagall says it's orange, you uncultured swine, and Bigorna says it also looks like it's orange.
Well, it's not, people. It's not. Come over here.
According to Emerald Spencer, there's a humming that's going on, and I have no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah,
I don't hear.
Let me turn on the stream sound. No,
Is this
I don't hear a humming. Okay, well now it still looks orangish.
It's not. It's a pink bear.
Ronnie, if you're colorblind, I think I'm colorblind too.
Yeah,
It looks very
you all are.
orange,
You're all stupid and you're all
especially
wrong.
So here's the thing about colors, Heather, is that they are entirely dependent on the lighting situation.
Don't give me a lecture about colors. Because my god.
Maybe that thing is actually pink, but under your tungsten lit room, which looks very orange in general right now. And I don't think Knife likes you doing that.
Knife, go to your room. Jump.
Like, if we took that
She
thing
said
outside, maybe it would look pink. But if we put it in a tanning booth, it would look blue.
I don't care.
And if I put it under some fluorescence, it would look green.
I'm just tired, Knife. I'm just tired.
I'm tired too, man. I found out a couple days ago that my favorite Japanese restaurant is losing business because actual racists think that the Japanese have something to do with the coronavirus.
Of course.
Well, everywhere is going to be losing business right now, but yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how things are doing when it blows over. That's the most important factor right now.
I just hope that my favorite restaurant makes it through this whole thing. Or I'll single-handedly buy their entire menu several times over just to save them.
What's your favorite restaurant?
Me?
Yeah.
There's well, it depends what kind of cuisine, but I'm assuming you mean general. There's this place close to me. It's this sushi place, and sushi is generally expensive. They've got pretty good prices. I've been an extremely loyal customer to the point where they recognize my number, know every single order I've made by heart, and they usually guess right the first time around. And and they've kind of memorized my address. And
Alrighty then.
and I'm not super close, but I'm somewhat close enough with the owner to actually we actually kind of make small talk and everything. We're really close, and she was just telling me that business has been kind of suffering because of this whole coronavirus thing. And,
Yeah.
I'm upset. I'm kind of genuinely upset about that.
Yeah, here's hoping they pull through. It's gonna be a tough couple of months.
Oh, and Heather was messaging me. She's like, "So now this is a national emergency. We panic." And I was doing a little bit of research into it. If I'm correct, a national emergency just means that more funding is unlocked, right? There's just more funding.
Yeah, so there's a reserve of emergency funding that's set aside for situations such as this. So what's going to happen now is that the funding is going to be put towards getting more testing done, finding, sequencing the genome of the virus to find a potential vaccine and get it to human testing and get it out faster, and then, if need be, um, military and National Guard will be deployed to towns that need assistance with things like food or healthcare, vaccines, and things like that.
But we're not. Martial law doesn't have to be enacted now. I don't believe.
No, no, not for something like this. I mean, not unless. I mean, things would have to take a sharp left turn for martial law to get initiated, and we are far, far, far from away from that. So now we're good. Buck and 5 says maybe Heather is the colorblind one.
You'd be wrong.
And Magorna says maybe the colorblindness is the friendships we've made along the way.
All right.
Wait, we're friends.
Did you not know that?
I don't know. I'm
Why
blind.
can't
I'm
we
blind to
be
friendship.
friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Yeah.
That song rivals. What was that? It's a Paul McCartney song. You know, simply having a wonderful Christmas time. It rivals how irritated I feel from that song.
And if you ever listen to the lyrics closely, makes no freaking sense.
It's a Christmas. It's like a Christmas joy, happy. Oh God, it's so great song. It doesn't have to make sense.
I know you stand there in the welfare line. I see you standing in it every time. Why can't we be friends? And I think the next verse is, oh, how I'd love to be the president, so I can show you how your money's spent. Why can't we?
Sure, that'd be
friends?
nice.
What does that even mean?
Nobody knows.
Because that's important to you, apparently.
Yeah,
And
I want to know where my funding goes.
There was another verse in that song where one of the singers goes, I know you tried to join the CIA. They wouldn't have you in the mafia.
What?
I know, it's such a stupid song from the
confused.
1970s.
There's a song, and I actually like it. It's from a punk band called Mos Icon. Oh, sorry, punk emo band called Mos Icon.
Mm-hmm.
I think the song's called Mirror, and the lyric is, and I quote, "Respect is more than jealousy. It's respect. I respect you." That's
What?
the verse. I love it. I'm serious. It's such a great verse. It's the best.
And these people make more money than we do.
Well, Mos Icon is together? Question mark. apparently they occasionally tour. I haven't been able to catch them, and the last
Heather,
thing they made was 2012.
Heather, there's a demon on your lap.
I know.
Heather, get the demon off your lap.
We can't. There you go.
If you run out of yarn, at least you have a infinite supply right in front of you.
Her?
No, no, that orange colored thing in the back.
That's not made of yarn, so no. Also, I just have a big freaking container of yarn that I'm not using that I want to use to make other stuff. In fact, I'll probably go in there for when I want to make Christmas presents and just use whatever colors I have to make random gifts that people will just be like, oh, you made this yourself. It's so special. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Heather, for Christmas, I'm going to buy you your own Atari 2600 and a copy of Halo 2600.
Oh my
Please
god.
don't do that.
Why don't you want him to do that?
Because 2600s are horrible.
Oh my
What
god.
Have you played an Atari 2600?
I've
They're
played
so good.
Asteroids. No, they're not good.
Okay. Alright, no, alright, forget Asteroid. That one's kind of bad. But Defender is such a good port. It's such a good arcade port. I love Defender. And Yar's Revenge is fantastic. Adventure 2. The dragons look like seahorses, and there's barely any sound, but it's somehow such a tense game. I love Adventure. It's also one of the first games that had Easter egg in it. I don't know how to get it, mind you, but you Brony, you got. I'm gonna tie you a chair. I'm gonna give you an Atari joystick. You're gonna play every Atari game in my collection, including the weird porn ones.
No, we are not doing that. We're not doing any part of that. Okay, so we got a few things here. Emerald Spencer says, Let It Snow isn't a Christmas song. It doesn't mention anything holiday related at all.
Well, snow. You see, snow happens on Christmas, and when snow happens on Christmas, it's
Okay, calm down there, Tiny Tim.
Christmas miracle. Ha ha ha! Simply having
Wonderful Christmas time.
Simply having a wonderful piano man. That hurts. That gives me a bad little feeling down in my stomach. I might go out. Hey Heather, you've been playing piano for like 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're so good at like you can just in your sleep with your feet.
Yeah.
You can play Hungarian Rhapsody number 12. You thought I was gonna say 2, but no, we're playing 12 this time. You're so good at piano. But you're not really good until you play Piano Man. Piano Man's so good. It's
I'm gonna boot him out of the call, Heather.
It's so good, man.
It's okay. He's dying. He'll die first.
Man, hey, Charlotte. You see, she can play Piano Man. She's so good. Go play Piano Man. Go play Piano Man, Heather. It's just such a good song. She's such a virtuoso. She's so good. Oh man, I taught her. That's how she's good. She can also play Bohemian Rhapsody. That's also a good one.
You know something, Heather? I really forgot how good Jewish people are at ranting.
No.
Let's see here. Buck5 says, Heather, would you hold knife up to the camera, please?
I can't. She left. Maybe next time.
Can you hold that knife to my chest?
Yes.
And the pain.
Yes.
The pain, oh man.
According to Buck5, Killing in the Name of is the best Christmas song. Brandon, are you some of those that work forces?
What?
Are you some of those that work forces?
Oh, God.
And are you the...
Are they just saying that, actually don't know the lyrics. Is it Draw Crosses? I think it is. Or
No
bear
burn, no burn crosses. Yeah, some of those that work forces are the same to burn crosses. Just repeat that 30,000 times, and then go into a single chorus of it's just entirely killing in the name of.
I like it.
No, and then you forget the ending where it's just fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Yeah. Swear jar, Brandon.
Nope.
Let's see here. The Gorna says the Master System is the best 8-bit console ever created.
Um. Try again.
Emerald Spencer says the 2600 requires you to use your imagination, but once you get past that hurdle, it's an amazing piece of hardware for the time.
I don't think, with the exception of the sounds, because there weren't a whole lot of sound fonts for the Atari. I think with the exception of the sounds and maybe some visuals, I don't think you actually use your imagination all often. I think a lot of things are distinctive enough for you to just be able to fill in the blanks yourself. It's not like the Atari 2600 isn't like holding two pieces of stone together and just clanking them and imagining that one's a dragon and one's a knight. It's not like that. I don't know why people think the Atari 2600 is just this super dumb, antiquated thing, and it's garbage, because it's not. I love it.
Okay, so here's the thing, Brandon. You know the Atari is bad because it took them 2,600 tries before they finally were able to get something even workable. That's why the Sega is the best, right? They got it right on the first time. That's why they call it the Genesis.
Genesis just means the beginning. It doesn't mean that there weren't some hard times in the beginning. Plus, they've never been able to get the whole, Sonic thing really good, so.
The Gorna says, no, Brandon, unless you can play the Shrek 2 version of I Need a Hero, you can't be considered a piano player.
I need a hero!
Holding out for a hero to the end of the night.
One of my favorite YouTubers, I say it all the time, Shafo Productions, check him out, has a whole review on why Shrek 2 is the best Shrek sequel, and I agree. I think Shrek 2 is probably the best Shrek movie out of all the movies in that whole it's not even a trilogy anymore. It's
the series.
Yeah.
You might call it an anthology.
It very well could be, honestly, with just how many spin-offs and stuff exist in Shrek.
Yeah, it's a pain in the neck. I think the original Shrek was an alright movie as a parody, but Shrek 2 was horrible.
No, it wasn't.
That's not how you say Shrek 3. Did you like Shrek 3?
I didn't watch Shrek 3.
Well, it's Shrek the third, technically, but...
Well, Shrek 2 was so bad, I wrote off the rest of the series.
How is Shrek 2 bad?
It's just the same jokes.
Are you sure you saw Shrek 2? Are you sure?
It's the same... Yes, I'm pretty sure.
I know, Brandon. I know. He's unhelpable.
Heather, how? How does someone live like this?
I don't know. He's like this about a lot of stuff.
God, God forbid I have taste.
It's your lack of taste. That's the problem.
Okay, let me rephrase. God forbid I have standards.
Your standards are so janked.
Standards are so low. Just
Sure.
Oh, but Gorner says we forgot the angsty in the middle of killing in the name of.
Yeah. And now you do what they told you. Now you do what they told you. Take it, Heather. And now you do what they told you. And now you do what they told you.
We're not synced that well.
You don't have to sing it well.
No, I said synced.
We'll get it.
play your
No,
instrument.
Heather, I won't do what you tell me.
Dun, dun.
You will.
Thank you, Brandon.
I'm gonna use my little brother's electric drum set soon. I'm gonna try to see if I can find a MIDI that recreates that.
Heather, have you ever done any stretches tonight?
I have. I've been doing them on and off because my arm is still hurting. In fact, both of them.
Yeah, well, tell us why your arm is hurting, Heather.
Oh, so lately, if we're talking about this morning, I slept on it, and then I wallowed around in pain for about an hour, and then I checked my phone, and it was 11 o'clock. So that's why my arm hurt this morning. In general, I've been feeling pain in my upper body and in my thighs because I've been trying different classes and gyms because I need a new exercise. It drove me crazy exercising from home, doing DVD workouts and all the same crap over and over and over again, and all this shit. It drove me nuts. I couldn't take it anymore. So I'm like, if I'm gonna still exercise, I gotta do something different because I can't do it anymore. It's not worth it. So I did a karate class all last week. I did jujitsu this Monday. Did a boxing class on Tuesday and a kickback boxing class on Wednesday. I'm trying all these different places and different stuff to see what's sticking and what, also bring into consideration cost and geography. So I think I'm going with a boxing class that I'll be doing.
So tell us about the classes then. How'd you like the karate class?
Karate was cool, but it did, at least the people that taught it to me, it didn't help me build up a sweat much, and they didn't do stretches or warm-ups, which I thought was weird. But,
yeah, that's dangerous. That's beyond weird.
But they did give me a panbo or something, and we learned how to strike with all that. It's like, if you learn how to use this stick to fight, you'll know how to use anything in order to fight.
Oh, boy.
That was interesting, and I did like doing light sparring on the last day I was there, so that was interesting. Jiu-jitsu was pretty interesting too. They put me in one of those things. What do you call them, Bronny?
A gi.
A gi. So I was wearing a gi. They actually did warm-ups and stretches and stuff, so I was like, oh, thank God that's not a thing that people just forget to do all the time. And on the first day, they had me grappling a little bit. I was like, I had a guy on top of me, and I had to, flip him over. Just a typical Friday night. But that was Monday. But
I just looked through... I said, oh boy, because I just looked through my spam mail, and I saw a couple of things.
Hey, sweetie,
Nothing
what's the biz?
Not much. You still streaming?
Yeah, I'm streaming.
Can I crash it?
Yeah, come in. The kitty was here,
Pumpkin
so
pie.
she'll probably be like, did you take my spot?
I want to check off my work shirt list. They think it's a sponsor.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
It's a ship. So Sweetie's here, but yeah, so jiu-jitsu was good. Then I did boxing, and that was the most intensive workout I've had at one of these places, and that's a good thing to say. And did whole different kinds of punches and all this stuff. And look, Sweetie's here! So we're talking about
How's
the
it going,
different
Sweetie?
classes I've been taking.
Gotcha. Go for it.
Last one was kickboxing.
I had a freak out over a Piano Man. That
Oh,
was something that
He's
happened.
always having a freak out over Piano Man. It's a typical thing with him now.
Because,
Kickboxing was also good.
Because, sweetie, it's just so good. It's Billy Joel.
Not again, Brandon.
Song.
Rein it in.
It's so
Rein it in,
good.
Brandon. God.
Brandon, I'm gonna.
No, it's so fantastic.
Did you kick him?
I think he may have died.
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay.
He came close a couple of times, frick.
Yeah.
All right, so what were we actually talking about here?
My classes.
Yeah. So let me put in a couple of cents here. So for those who don't know, a tan bow is like a 10 to 12 inch stick, but they were using it like a bow staff, which is supposed to be 6 feet long, which is not how that is supposed to work.
Yeah.
And not doing stretches is beyond unusual. It is
It's
dangerous. And I was
irresponsible,
telling my workout buddies about the karate class she was doing, and one of the more abrasive of our group goes, so the Mikadojo was too Mikadojo for the girl who'd never done martial arts before, and I thought that comment was hilarious. And so yeah, there was that. Plus, it was really expensive. So then, Heather, how'd you like the jujitsu?
It was fine enough. Still wasn't a very intensive workout as far as that goes, especially in comparison to the stuff I've been doing. But they did do warm ups, stretches, and I did quite a bit of grappling. And I had a guy I was down like this, and a guy was like right between my legs. He was about to punch me, so I had to get my thighs and squeeze them around him, and like did all this stuff to like just flip him over, and I ended up on top. Yes, I know. It's my face.
I don't need to say a word. No,
You just
one
gotta make
single
your
word.
face, and I'm like, I know, sweetie. I know you'd enjoy it. Why don't you do some jujitsu?
I'm not into that kinky stuff.
That's not kinky.
Oh, okay.
Like the thing is, you gotta get your leg like right there on the biceps, and to get the leg up here, and then he's on bottom. I can't describe it. I need to do it.
Okay.
But okay.
That sounds like a brawny thing.
It actually would be.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see if I can remember how to do it the next time I see him and try to whip that out.
Oh my.
Oh yes. But then so it was some of that. So that was pretty interesting. Then I went to boxing, and that was more exactly what I was expecting. Like very stretches, but also very high cardio warm ups. Then working out, we're running all over the place. I'm like barely keeping up. I'm like, oh shit, and I realized I can't do planks. Cannot do planks. Gotta work on that. I cannot.
I can't either. My back sucks too much.
It really, I think it's in my abs. I can't do that.
For me, it's my back. Like I try and I'm like, oh god.
No, gonna die.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was more what I was expecting, and honestly, the Boxing Incorporated one, way more affordable. Like even month to month. Like if you sign on for
you mean those people who harass me at the mall?
Yeah, surprisingly they're cheap. Like it's just the registration fee, because every one of these places had a registration fee.
And that's usually up the wazoo.
Oh yeah, and this one had the most expensive one, but their monthly rate is so much lower. Cause it was $175 for that first karate school that wasn't even doing warm ups.
Oh,
Most expensive.
Heck no.
Yeah, and that jiu-jitsu place, $155. Boxing Incorporated, if you want to do it month to month, $85. You sign on for 12 months, $65. Sign on for 24 months, $55.
All of that's still more than I'd be willing to pay for a gym.
Yeah. But yeah, I tried a different place, for the boxing called Apex Martial Arts. We did some kickboxing, and that was okay. Also a very hyper-intensive workout. They did take me to the side and have me do like a few more basic things, because I was just like, okay, you guys are going a little fast. Don't know exactly, am I hitting with this one first or that one? Jab, jab. But yeah, I liked it, but also it was like a bit of a way smaller gym. Surprisingly, like it was around Boxing Incorporated's prices, but didn't beat them. But I guess because it was overall a bit more personal, I didn't enjoy that as much, because the guy's trying to be like a buddy coach and stuff, and like for some reason that makes me uncomfortable. Like,
yeah,
we don't know each
like,
other like that.
I feel like coaches think that relaxes people, but it makes me more on edge. I'm like, how about step a little further away, please? Thanks.
Yeah, like I was trying to leave. He's like, Heather, get over here, and I'm like, I'm already at the door.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, and like the guy at the front desk, like he was helping me with like punches and stuff earlier, but like I don't think it was the most professional thing. I was just like, do you have like a flyer with all your rates and the class schedules? He's like, oh, that's all online. I'm like, okay, so it's just like apexmartialarts.com. He's like, oh yes, here's our business card. I'm like, okay.
They should still have like a handout, even though obviously all that would be online. There should still be.
I would like to
hard
read some
copies.
comments.
Overall, that place didn't rub me the right way.
I like to read. I would like to read.
Oh, so my raise went through.
Oh, nice.
So we got that.
Yeah.
We got that going on. That's
She's
great.
probably making more than me by now.
No, I
In the
don't think
next
so. If I
couple
remember
years.
how much you make,
But
actually, I'm making pretty close.
There you go.
Nah, that's okay though.
So, Brandon, read us some comments.
Buckin5 asks us, Brawny and myself, if we've ever seen any fan fiction with the two of us. I haven't, and before any of it gets existed, Brawny, I want a divorce.
Too late.
You know something? I saw that comment, and I looked. I got curious, and I went on FimFiction, and I just typed in my name, and I got one result with my
Coach
name.
Brawny.
No, Coach Brawny is not on FimFiction.
I haven't published it.
Yeah, I got one result. In my name comes up in the description of a story It's an incomplete story. Oh, that updated recently. that called My Little Galaxy TARDIS Academy.
It's like the one thing you hate the most.
Well, no, that
There are a lot of things
there
Brony hates.
definitely
There's
is no one thing I hate the most.
He was going off about Hoovians earlier. Of course
Yeah.
he is.
But apparently I'm a warrior speedster in this story.
Why though? Do you still have your wings?
Oh no, wait. No wait. I'm a Pegasus warrior monk
Okay.
in this story.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't read the story yet.
That sounds familiar to me. Maybe.
Who wrote it?
Yeah, because I feel like someone may have tried to
My
consult
Little-
me on that.
My Little Galaxy TARDIS Academy by Smartmouth. It's tags are Friendship is Magic, Harry Potter, Doctor Who, crossover, alternate universe, Spike, original character, Doctor Who, Screwball, and Button Mash.
Here, I was expecting cloth to be one of the tags.
I am definitely like the least sexual person to exist.
I very much defy that.
Alrighty then.
Raindrop is asking.
You could be more sexual
What,
if you ask me.
Well, he could be more sexual. Of course he can. But saying he's the least sexual person on Earth is very much not the case, because for one thing, he's not asexual.
Oh, so he's not even the most least sexual thing.
In the call at the moment, yeah. Hi,
Raindrop
Feedy.
is asking. I know it's not pronounced. I know it's not said as Thorpe. I know, because it's either a Middle or Old English word. But I think it's a word for a small village or hamlet. I used to read a thesaurus back in high school, and I still do to an extent, so I know a bunch of useless synonyms and archaic words.
That's hilarious.
Like, for example, I know a couple of synonyms. They're slang. It's slang, sure, but it's. I know a bunch of ways to call people prostitutes.
Good to know.
If I ever need to like put some slam poetry on blast, I'll ask you first. Would you like cheese and crackers?
Sure. You've
Yeah.
been
So let's
pressuring me
see
to try
here.
it.
I pressured you
Emerald-
once.
Sure.
Emerald Spencer is recalling a time when another friend of his and him were in a we're talking about Ruby in my Discord voice chat, and then I came in and called it trash and said they should watch something good, and then before I could give any examples, he said, "Oh, like Friendship is Magic," and I remembered this and I just said yes, like that.
Hold on.
With Brandon, sometimes I don't even know if it's genuine.
And
There's
Bigorn, yeah, go ahead.
You know what? I don't want to.
Bigorna says Brandon died. This is so sad. Alexa, play Piano Man Eurobeat remix.
You know who that is? That is.
Oh, you're gonna get him off again.
There he goes.
Again, children.
It's that. It's a knee slapper. It's so good. Hey, Heather.
Oh, great! You gave him the corona.
Heather.
Shoot, what'd I do?
Heather, you play piano, right?
Yeah.
Shut up. You do.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
You know, a real testament of skill. A lot of people would say that.
Alrighty then.
I don't know. Liszt, however you say his name, is a hard composer, and that you have to be super good. You know.
Just let him get it
I
off his
think
chest.
the hardest song that
I
ever
feel like he's
existed
gotten it off his chest a
really
few
shows how
times.
good you are.
Yeah.
The
It's hard to
Piano
imagine
Man
there's still
by
more on
Jimmy
his
Shaw
chest.
No, it's always
so
there, man.
good.
It's hilarious.
It's just so fantastic. Oh my! I've lived on this planet for 60 something years. They call me a boomer, and they say only boomers like this song. But you
Why
know,
is that? Why the heck is the boomer from Boston? Never
this
mind.
is so good. Hey Jolie, can I get another glass of wine with my Billy Joel? God, you know what? My son, I taught him. He play
Oh
piano?
my God, Brandon,
Hey,
shut up!
Really? Can you play piano, man? God, he's so good. I taught him. He's just an amazing boy. He's a prodigy. Get over here, you dumbass! He's so good. Like, you have to hear him play.
Wait,
You know,
he's
sweetie,
projecting.
earlier
That's
when he
his
started
mom.
doing
Yeah,
this,
no, I was
just
gonna
made
say, I'm like, this is
I just made a
specifically
backhanded
someone from
remark
like
about
New York,
about how I
Boston
forgot
area.
Jewish people were really good at ranting, and that shut him up real quick. Oh, jeez.
Let's just chill
And
out.
yes, Emerald, I am aware. It hurts me to do it every time, but I know it's also entertaining, so I keep doing it.
We got new controller saying hi, sweetie.
Oh, hi.
Hoi.
I got a new controller. I got 3 new controllers for my Atari lately. 2 paddle controllers and 1 extra standard controller.
Beep how soft this is.
Oh,
How was work today, sweetie?
I didn't divert as much as I would have liked, but
Well, what can you do?
yeah, got.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, we got 7 cats in with 1 impound as a strays. Because it turned out there were these people who were from Texas who were trying to drop off their 7 cats and 2 dogs to us, and we're like, no, you're from Texas. We only take, local animals. Get your butt back to Texas and drop them off there. So they decided to just abandon them in the middle of the hotel. So they had 7 cats and the 2 dogs that were tied up by choke chains onto a fence. So there were some employees of the hotel who dropped off the cats, and then our officers had to go and get the dog. So that's fun.
Hey, Heather, who am I?
Oh God, what?
No, I'm Texas.
Oh God.
You're supposed to fill in. You're supposed to fill in. You're supposed to be stupid.
Yeah, I know.
You never watched SpongeBob.
I did. Yeah, I probably watch more SpongeBob than you do. Shut up. But gosh, that's super sucky. Shitty. All the
Yes,
bad
I wish-
adjectives.
I wish-
Then
I wish
there
my
was
mom-
the cat.
I wish
that-
my mom never let me watch SpongeBob. That rots your brain. It's actual brain rot, and I love
It
it.
Let's
does,
st-
doesn't it?
Divert
It's,
from SpongeBob.
yeah, I know. I wish I didn't watch it when I was a kid. I could probably be a better person.
Aw, that's just mean.
I don't know. I didn't watch it as a kid. I'm not much of a better person.
And I watched it, and I'm not either.
Pretty
2 cases,
terrible people.
same
Hey.
results.
much.
Oh, sweetie, guess what tomorrow is?
The Ides of March.
That, and also my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
He's gonna be 23.
Oh.
And me and Bronny's relationship is 2 years old today.
I'm turning a year older, but
I
I'm
heard
still
it.
gonna be younger than everyone here.
Oh yeah.
You're in the terrible 2s.
I'm gonna be, again, twice 2 years older than you in July. And that's not gonna be far.
Heather, I'm gonna get you the Atari and the Halo game.
Dude, I want that. I didn't even, I seen Atari Halo games, and I'm like, that's just a meme. That's not a thing that exists. No, it's there.
It exists.
It
Created
exists.
in 2010, and it was sold as a limited run, and then not recently, but for a time, brought back. And I was lucky to find a listing that wasn't $150.
God, that is so freaking fascinating.
Yeah. No.
Oh, what did you think of the cheese?
It was alright. I like how garlicky it was.
Mm,
The garlic taste overpowered the cheese taste, so.
it really is something. Hey, yeah, those middle-aged ladies at work will do a whole bunch of stuff like this.
Yeah.
They have this.
They did that.
I shall return.
They don't let us do shared snacks anymore at work because of the corona. But that's probably better for my weight.
Well, is that why you've got 2 unused pies on the table over there? Or virtually? No?
I couldn't decide. One was caramel, one was cinnamon. I'm like,
Okay.
get both.
Okay.
So, Megan McGonagall wants to know who here is into the Knights game or its comic.
The what game?
The Knights game, like Knights and Dreams.
I don't know. I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, not familiar.
It's it was like a flying game on the I think it had a couple of games on the Genesis and then on the Dreamcast.
That's something to ask Brandon then. When he
Yeah.
comes back.
It looks good. I've never played it.
Did I tell you what I saw earlier this week? I was driving off to the jiu-jitsu school
and I see a police car just swerve around a corner, stop like just directly diagonal from me from where I was. Then 2 officers jumped out and just started running into the bushes.
Wow.
It was right where, like, if you remember, past Fort Lowell, the street, onto Al Vernon. And
The
they were,
penalty drop is starting to punch my teeth out.
tomato, 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 potato. Okay. And then another one came and it was like, well, then the same thing happened, and I'm like just driving by and like at least 2 more police cars came, and I'm like, I'm kind of wondering what's going on. I'm certain that's not a case of shoplifting.
No.
Something was going, but then I never heard of what happened. And I'm like, you know what? I'd like an explanation. This is ridiculous.
So I've returned.
Hey, have you heard of this, the night
And I came
thing?
back to a threat. Apparently, if I said that in Texas, I would get my teeth punched out.
Who threatened you? Oh,
That's
I
not
can
Honey
see it right
Drop
here.
Unicorn.
Freaking honey
That's
drop.
one of the Texans in the group.
Oh yeah, we get a few of those, Brandon. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Get a dog, little longy. Get a dog, little longy.
Oh jeez.
Have you seen her? She's been cuddling with the bunnies on the.
Yeah, she loves those bunnies. It's adorable.
I'm not sure why.
I know. I'm like, I gave you a teddy bear. You didn't do 10 cents of crap, but she gives you bunnies and they're your best friends suddenly. What the heck?
I don't know. Maybe it's because they smell nice.
Yeah. Are they like older, like from your childhood or something?
Yeah. Well, not childhood, actually. Maybe they were. I can't remember how old they were. I don't think they were that old.
Cause she likes things that smell,
Like, yeah,
like
they were
shoes and stuff.
She's weird.
She's weird.
Yeah. So I guess they do. Good thing I didn't wash them.
Yeah.
I watched
Then
that.
she wouldn't have cared.
I washed that bear because I spilled milk on it.
How could you? It's okay.
I was eating cereal on the couch.
It's fine. I only got the bear because it came with the blanket.
Yeah. I was like a clean little teddy bear. She's like, I'm sleeping on the bunnies.
She was like, F you, I want my bunnies.
So I'm like, okay, sure.
You know what people haven't done to me in a while? They haven't done the "Did you know?" I enjoy doing those.
That's because you've been ranting too much about the Piano Man.
Oh, don't. You'll get him started.
Hey, sweetie. Hey.
No,
sweetie,
no,
you play-
no,
you
no,
play piano
no,
for like
no,
a
no,
billion
no,
jillion
no.
years,
I will make you
right?
leave. I will make you leave. If you start this shit again.
You know what's such a good song? It's so underrated.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
Does it, Heather, does it work if I mute him?
I don't know. Brandon, get out of here. God, how do you do
Well, I
it?
tried, okay, so no, it doesn't because I tried muting him earlier.
I muted him right now. I can't hear anything he says. Brandon, say something stupid. It worked.
Awesome.
Brandon, I will unmute you if you shut up about Piano Man. Do you accept these terms? Yes? Here we go. Speak.
Hello. Also, when you asked me to say something stupid, I said Shrek 2 is a bad movie. That's a stupid thing to say.
Okay, what is your opinion on Shrek 2?
I mean, it was good. It was good.
Yeah. Of course, it's another thing Bronny hates.
Particularly Shrek 2 or just Shrek as a concept?
He liked the first Shrek movie.
Bronny doesn't like things that are good and right with the world.
I feel like I like the first movie only because, unlike all the other movies, it has the nostalgia factor for me. And, like, I was a kid when the first movie came out. When all the other movies came out, I was much older, and thus it doesn't have quite the same place in my heart, you know?
I like Joan Jett. So that was in the movie.
That was
for
good.
like a couple seconds, but you remember the tournament when you had to defeat all the knights? Bad Reputation was playing throughout that scene.
Yeah, I remember that.
Did you like it?
Sure.
I stepped away from the computer. What's in the chat?
Megan
my
McGonagall.
god!
Oh, they're singing the song in there, aren't they?
Oh my god. Guys, why?
Well,
Why must
Megan
you do this?
McGonagall
to us?
wants to know.
matches and smoke balls. I also didn't mean to put the mic to my face, but here it is. I will light myself and my house on fire.
You know what? At this point, please do. Megan McGonagall wants to know if you like the Knight comic or game, Brandon.
Have not seen or played either of the two.
All Alrighty then, that solves that problem then.
Oh my god.
What's up?
I don't know. We got about 25 minutes left of this stream. Can we please keep Brandon's blood pressure at a lower number?
There's a point where we should have stopped, and we've clearly passed it, but let's keep going and see what happens.
Oh, here we go.
That only applies when pulling the strings for Ellie's corset.
Oh god. That's torture.
No, it was a hilarious
Yeah.
picture.
Oh, I love that picture.
It was
so
a great
much.
picture.
Oh, jeez. I didn't know Bliss had such a capacity for evil.
Oh, I did.
I didn't know you were a sadist.
Well, no, you see, I was the photographer at one of our friends' weddings, and while taking pictures of our friend getting ready, her name is Ellie. We decided it would be a good idea to take a picture of us like tying the corset of her dress in the back and making a big deal out of it. So I stood up on the bed and I got a downward facing shot of like everybody in the room, all the bridesmaids. How many were there? Like 10?
No, there were only 5 of us. But it was
well,
the bridesmaids and her mother, and like yeah.
Yeah, so there's like 8 people in this picture at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
And she's, like making a face, like sucking it in, and she's all suffering, and everybody's just tugging as hard as they can on the strings of the corset. And our friend Bliss, Lightning Bliss for full, but our friend Bliss has this look on her face, like she's just reveling in all of this suffering that's happening.
Okay.
Like her eyes are all bugging out. She's got this manic grin. It's hilarious. So when I didn't notice that when I took the picture. But when I was editing, I noticed it, and I thought it was hilarious. So I like zoomed way in on that face, cropped it out, and I put the caption on it. There's a point where we should have stopped and we've clearly passed it, but let's keep going and see what happens.
So I don't think I'm gonna go with the corset.
And that's how
Why not?
Equestria was made.
Well, it didn't actually hurt Ellie. We were all making it a big game about it. In fact, I don't think any of us were actually pulling on the string. We were just making it look like we were.
I don't know if corset's my aesthetic though.
Why not?
I don't know. I haven't seen.
Because it surprises me because you're going with the whole Middle Ages thing, and they were heavy on the corsets.
Gora's asking an interesting question. I actually kind of have an answer for. Vagorna says, so to stir up the fire is Under Pressure a David Bowie or a Queen song? And here's what I think. Both David Bowie and Queen produced and wrote the song. However, I think it carries more elements from Queen's music than David Bowie. So I would say it's technically some kind of weird collab thing, but it's got Queen elements to it. So I would say Queen in that sense. I'd say it's more a Queen song.
God.
It'll get.
What about everyone else?
I always associated it with David Bowie myself.
No
I like Under Pressure. It's a good song.
I like it.
Yeah, but do you think it's a David Bowie song or a Queen song?
Well, they wrote it together. It's a collaboration. It's
Yeah.
Yes, technically it's both of them, but it just has a lot of elements of Queen in it, more than David Bowie. Technically a collab.
Let's see here. Honey Drop the Unicorn says, my grandfather had a saying. There are 3 ways to do something. The right way, the wrong way, and the half-effort way, and 2 of those ways will get you a wrench to the head.
Fair enough.
Sounds like he was military. Old Railroad Crossing Production says, I'm very freaking letter.
I mean, the
I
R
don't know
and
what
the
that
are
means.
next
Later. I think he's indicating that he's very late.
Oh,
Supposed to be late.
if the posts on Instagrams are indicative of anything, he had a very full day.
Oh.
Yeah, what did he do?
I forget where they went. It was this gardens place. He was around koi fish and all this other stuff. He was out with my mom. It was adorable.
Hmm.
I had a very full day of looking for my spam folder and screenshotting emails to overanalyze. I'm trying to remember where I do it on. It's this whole website starts with a T. Twixter, Twianer. I don't know, but I don't know exactly what it is. But it's a nice little thing. I do it here, whatever it's called. Yes, I'm shilling myself out.
Alrighty then.
Twitter's in the chat.
Way to go. She'd become trash like us.
But no, my day was fine. My supervisor gave me like this mini like cake thing, and it was good. Except it made me feel a little sick because it was like way too sweet, but I still ate it.
That's the way, Brandon. Good job.
and like I don't know, I think there's definitely such a thing as too sweet, and if I decide to say forget it and just eat the whole thing, I usually regret it because then I feel really sick. Even if it's not a lot, it just makes me feel sick. I actually almost called off coming into the stream because I was feeling so horrible, but I'm good. I've been good for a while.
Jeez. Eesh. Get some ginger ale for that, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
If they haven't bought all those.
I know, probably. Well, that's the funny thing. That would make sense if like I get all the hand sanitizer being gone. That makes sense. All the but I feel like all the orange juice should be gone. But instead they're taking toilet paper, and I'm like, okay.
I don't understand why.
I don't either.
But yeah, we're out of where I work. We're out of Clorox hand sanitizer too. I'm half tempted to charge people $7 every time they want to use some of mine.
Yeah, we've got these big tubs of Purell that we've got at the front desk. We always have had them. It's always a thing we've had because God forbid someone comes in with a Parvo puppy, which they did today. But yeah, people were making jokes. It's like we should sell it on eBay.
What my boss contributed to the problem here. He went out and bought a 24-pack of Lysol when the prices were all going up and everybody was price gouging them. And then the idiot goes off on a ski trip to Colorado, like fourth most infected area right now, and comes back and then comes to work with a sore throat and coughing everywhere. Yeah, and now I got a sore throat. I swear to God, if I catch it, I'm suing them.
You should be able to. Legally, I think that would work.
You need to be
Legally, I don't think it
might
would.
have the corona.
Hold on, what's Sweetie saying?
I say legally, I don't think that would work.
Maybe.
We won't know until it happens. I hope to God it doesn't happen.
Heather showed me a map the other night, and like, Bronny, I think you and I are kind of in the middle of some pretty hot spots when it comes to corona.
Well, that map is more or less just a population map when you get right down to it.
Well, yeah. Obviously, higher populations are going to have higher amount of infection.
Yep.
Yeah, I made that joke. I went to California when before the whole country was in a state of emergency. I went to California when only they were in a state of emergency, and then came back to Tucson. I'm like, so if I give you all the coronavirus, my bad, guys.
California,
Yeah.
Should probably relook that coronavirus letter that the owners gave to me at work.
I am not a fan
Drop
of the
says that toilet paper will cure the C virus.
Sure.
Megan McGonagall says, if nobody knows about Knights, what about Hellboy?
Of course we know about Hellboy.
I know about Hellboy.
I know
like
the name.
movies.
Oh, me too.
I haven't. I don't think I've seen. I feel like I saw some of the second one.
Oh, I saw all
And-
one.
Yeah, or maybe I saw all of it and I was just confused as heck because I hadn't seen the first one. So I was like, what's going on?
Oh yeah. Or was it the one where Lincoln fell in love with the chick?
I don't remember. I remember the chick was pregnant and the fish thing found out she was pregnant. And I thought that was...
Oh.
I just thought that was
Good
creepy.
This is a good
Because
question.
he just touched her.
Because he touched her and he's like, you're preggers. I'm like, dude, like boundaries, man. Come on.
Oh no, I thought it was when the movie is because like something jumped out of a thing.
Yeah,
and he
I
kinda
know,
was like,
but
whoa.
still though, you don't look. I mean, Jesus.
I thought he just didn't have control over it.
I don't
Okay,
know.
well, this is a good question. All right, we were arguing about this earlier, sweetie. That bear, does it look orange or pink to you?
The bear behind you.
Mostly pink. It's like a hot pink.
Okay.
I think
They're
I
all
think
like
the
it's
problem
orange.
is
It does
some
look
people
orange on the
like pink.
camera. I will give you that. On
Yeah,
camera, it
see,
looks orange.
That's what we were saying.
In real life, it looks far more pink. But I'll grant you on camera, it looks orange.
Like, I was just sitting there and, like, I don't know, we were on, like, Heather, what do you need replacing in your life? And he's like, say it's me. And I'm like, no. He's like, you know what you need to replace? That orange bear back there. I'm like, that's Applejack. And he's like, no, I mean the bear. And I'm like, that's hot pink.
Yeah, I can definitely see both sides. It's hot pink in reality, and it does look orange on camera.
Well,
But it's
that
like
just
highlighter pink. It's like highlighter hot pink.
That just leaves me tickled pink.
Ha 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 ha.
You even made Spoon have a little aneurysm right now. Or maybe he's just playing with bubbles. Either.
I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
Aren't you always?
Pretty much.
Not always.
Most of the time.
Now, what was that about?
Honeydrop says yes, her grandfather that she was quoting earlier was in the military called it, and then she said this dude attacked 2 adults and 2 kids at a Sam's Club. Oh, that's
yeah.
highly unfortunate.
I'm very afraid of this. Like, I'm like...
The panic is more frightening than the actual virus.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
I'm worried if I, like, sneeze or something, people are gonna look at me in a funny way.
Yeah, it was funny.
Heather-
We were told, like, when it was all going all like, oh, national crisis, blah blah blah. You know, it's like, okay, so you know, if anyone's sneezing or coughing in the lobby, you can ask them to wait outside. And I look at my coworker and we go, what if we're front desk and we're the ones sneezing and coughing because we were both getting over coughs? It was like, dude, this is crazy.
You know, Heather was messaging me at the time that the national emergency was enacted, and she's like, "Do we panic now?" I'm like, "No, we don't panic." But
I was like,
it's
is this giving me
understandable,
permission,
you're a
though?
little more
It's
than
giving you
nervous.
permission to panic. That's why I wasn't a fan of it. It's like, instead of, you know, just giving money to researchers to develop a vaccine, we're just gonna have widespread panic, solving nothing.
Well, don't really have a efficient pandemic response team anymore, so
Did we ever?
And I think Trump
At a
specifically
point,
put
yes.
that out of place.
I'll admit,
my whole college is it closed for the semester. It was originally for a week, and now it's just the whole semester.
yeah,
Thankfully, I only have an online class, but you know.
we're not taking in. We're trying not to take in as many animals. Obviously, sometimes we gotta, but
I don't. But if pets or at least dogs can't get coronavirus.
no, that's not the problem. The problem is people aren't going outside. People aren't coming to the shelter. People aren't adopting. This is not the prime time for people to add a new life into their lives. People are not adopting, but we're still getting the same number of animals coming in the door. But we're not getting nearly as many going out the door. So we basically have enough room for about 300 animals. We're pushing 600. So we're a no-kill shelter, but it's coming very, very close to no longer being a no-kill shelter because we can't, and we're gonna have to start euthanizing healthy animals.
Oh, it's a real shame. Not sure what we could even do about that.
Yeah, and Logan says school is canceled for next week.
Well, at least that's good news for you. Work on your stop motion, honey.
There you go.
A woman smashed a wine bottle and stabbed another woman with it.
Haha,
What are
nice.
people doing out here?
It's got a lot more than me because I don't have any.
First of all,
Yeah, no,
you
I
got
don't know why people
you
are
got some
committing on-
muscle. You got some muscle if you can break a wine bottle. Those things are tough.
A wine bottle? Yeah. I thought you for a second I said wine glass. I'm like, nah, I broke those when I was a kid. A wine bottle, yeah, those are thick.
I don't know why people are out committing all of these like panic-stricken crimes and everything. Because the longer you're out there, the more likely you are to catch coronavirus. Ha ha.
Yeah, if anything,
Yeah,
I
I know,
just
right?
board up your windows and stay inside.
Well, that's what they're doing. That's the problem. The reason that people are panic buying is that because they're trying to stock up and so that they can then board up their windows and stay inside. It's basically, zombie apocalypse.
I was at like a supermarket a couple nights ago, and there was just so little stuff. There was almost no bread, no beef whatsoever, except people left the bacon there for some reason. I guess people didn't want bacon.
The corned beef.
And it just a lot
Yeah,
of
I
and
saw.
there
I was
was
like
actually
when
a
I
limit.
got the pies,
There's a
I was
limit
double checking.
of
I'm like, oh,
order
good.
that,
The
you
corned
could get
beef
the
brisket's still there.
It's just so strange. I don't
Gotta see
like
if they got
people act like the
potatoes.
world's ending.
I have potatoes.
Got potatoes. I'm sure they've got cabbage. I don't know who the heck would stock up on cabbage.
Oh, I've been seeing cabbage for
Yeah.
sure.
And I saw that they had Guinness. That was another thing when I was at the store. I'm like, you still have Guinness? Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Is
we're
that-
stocking up on that.
The Irish would be is like, it's the end of the world. Get the Guinness. Get the Guinness and the whiskey.
Like, I was there at the store just now because, I had to get those buys, but also I was getting, what the heck was I there for? Muscle milk. Brownie was recommending it to me. So I got muscle milk, and I have to be honest, you had to have seen all the cans in there. I kind of panic bought a lot of canned food.
I didn't notice.
No, I mean, but in there, there's like $20 worth of extra cans of food. And if you go in the cabinet over there's a whole bunch of freaking canned peaches. Because I'm like, yeah, I have
canned peaches.
That's
such a 80-year-old woman thing to do. It's the end of the world. Get the canned peaches.
You want to make a cobbler in the apocalypse or what? Look, you go in there. I got my beans and I got my peaches. We're set. That's all the food groups.
I think you'll get sick of peaches eventually.
I like
Wait,
peaches.
You didn't get your Chef
I also
Boyardee.
have some. I think I got canned pears.
Also, we're in the last 10 minutes of the stream.
Last 10 minutes of the stream. Last 10 minutes of the stream. Any last minute comments, questions, or concerns? Please say them now, or forever hold your silence until the next stream. You just love that bear, huh?
He has been brought to my attention, so he will be played with.
Yeah, go on Knott's Berry Farm.
I
You
can
were
kind of
coming
tell.
with Togepi a minute ago.
I switched.
This is the new
Yeah.
baby.
Well, now Togepi is jealous. Look at it. It's burning with rage.
He can snuggle with a knife.
Knife don't like him.
Yeah,
Knife
knife's
doesn't
like,
like
bitch.
Togepi.
It's like, I'm the baby, thank you. I actually got the package and we opened them last night to cheer ourselves up because hard day and whatever. But I was just like, I got the package and I was like, I know what this is. And I opened it and it was Togepi. I'm like, oh, I expected Detective Pikachu. Because I don't know if you've noticed, I've been heavily implying that
we were like pushing that on you. Get the Detective Pikachu plush.
But we did see on Amazon, I was like, oh, Togepi. I remember Togepi from my childhood. I like that a lot. I would like one of those. And then he just got me that. I'm like, I'm surprised. I guess I directly said this one, and I only heavily implied the other.
Oh, come on. We directly said get her a goddamn Detective Pikachu plushie. That was definitely said flat out.
I know, I was surprised, but I'm not disappointed. I love it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Togepi's cute. Yeah, she is. Like, god damn it, get this thing out of my face.
What did you just do, Brandon?
I just stubbed my toe on the grand piano in my living room. Ooh!
Why are you always trying to kill yourself?
Piano's my favorite instrument. It wouldn't do me dirty like this.
Alrighty then.
This is my stream full of class.
Mm-hmm.
So
Start
Emerald
off as a
Spencer
grand
wants to know, because I'm guessing he wasn't here at the beginning of the stream, where did you get that Togepi?
I got it from my boyfriend Bronny for our 2nd anniversary. It's awesome. I think you got it from Amazon. I don't remember where you got it.
I just
He
realized.
wants the Amazon link to it. I'll go grab it. It's not a big deal.
That's funny.
What?
No, it's just that's where it went all downhill for me. So you guys have officially made it past anything I've ever done.
They say 3 years is when the love starts to fade.
That's true. Well, that's usually true in like I don't know how much that's true in marriage or in dating. It is true in marriage, or at least that's what I've heard. Or at least a coworker of mine said. Like if you can make it between like the 3 and 5 year mark, then because like the first few years you're all the honeymoon phase, and then around 3 years they start becoming the real person. You're like, oh God, what have I done with my life? And then but if you make it past 5 years, you're sort of like, well, this is my life now, and you've accepted your fate. You know, dating, usually I notice that the biggest, I mean, this is me stalking other people, not really so much my own experience, obviously, but the biggest hurdle usually comes around the 3-month mark. That's usually the biggest hurdle.
I don't know. Is it all the same considering we've been done most of this long distance?
I'm basing it mostly on people who do it long distance, yes. Around 3 months is when the honeymoon phase ends, and like just a lot of the time I get people like, they're not paying as much attention to me as they used to, and I'm like, at some point I just started taking a census. I started to be like, how long have you been dating? 3 months? Why? No reason. Textbook.
Freaking bug. Get out of here.
Yeah, I was like, no reason, adding it to the census. So, like, I always say, it's like, there's, usually the first fight is around the 3-month mark. It's a 3-month fight. If you can make it through that, it's usually okay. But a lot of whirlwind romances die in 3 months.
Oh, goodness. What do we got going on in the chat here?
Well, we got 4 minutes left in the stream. 4 minutes left in the stream. Any last minute comment, questions, or concerns, please say them now for hold your silence until the next stream. Thank you.
Nagorna says, if it's the end of the world, I would only get the essentials. Rum, beans, and Cheetos.
No, not Cheetos. I was with you the first two.
Rum and beans?
Yeah, rum and beans. Rum and beans and probably something else, but not Cheetos. Cheetos wouldn't be the something else.
I got all your food groups.
Honey Got the Unicorn says, Thundercat's roar is trash. Yes, we all know.
I got your 4 basic food groups.
Beans,
whiskey, and lard. It's something.
I think it was beans, beef, whiskey, and lard.
Whiskey, yeah, beans, beef. That beef was the one I was forgetting. Exactly. Yeah, beans, beef, whiskey, and lard.
Buckin5 wants to know, sweetie, is your shelter gonna have to close because of the virus?
No, because we can't. It's a simple matter. We can't close. We've got dogs to feed. We can't close because we're also, we're a government facility and we have to keep people safe. So we do take in animals when it's an emergency situation. If the animal is sick, if the animal is injured, if the animal is a danger to society one way or another, if they're biting children, that type of thing, then we have to take them in. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So no, we're not going to close completely. We are, however, basically, we've got a big sign on our door saying, we're not taking in non-emergency surrenders for the next month. That's pissing people off. But especially the people like, well, I'm moving tomorrow. Well,
You should have thought of
should have
that.
thought of that. It's like, I'm sorry, that's not an emergency as far as we're concerned. Figure it out. Like, that's what things like, figure it out, and we'll, over the phone, we'll help them, find options to try and rehome the animal if that's what they need. But that's not an emergency. Sorry. But that means that we've had a lot of people lying. For instance, we had this one person come in. It was hilarious, actually. It was the biggest load of BS that ever been directly presented to me. So I asked them for their driver's license because you have to have a photo ID in order to drop off. And they say, oh, we found this dog as a stray. So I take down their information. I scan the dog for a chip. It's got a microchip. I look up the dog's information on my computer. Same last name, same address. And I'm like, you aware that this dog is registered to your address to someone with your last name? I was like, oh, it's probably Bella, but she moved away and she would rehome the dog or blah, 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 or gave it to a friend or something. We haven't been taking care of it. I'm like, okay. So I call the phone number we have on file for this Bella person. His phone starts ringing.
Wow.
Wow. And the woman was like, it's trying to say to him, don't answer it. And he's like, oh, are you calling me? I'm like, yeah, I am, because it's number down for her. And he's like, oh, she must have left, us as an alternate contact. I'm like, okay. So I call the other number we have on file. Her cell phone starts ringing.
You wily pieces of shit.
Right? I'm just like, oh my god.
If you're gonna be a piece of crap, at least be smart about it.
Right? And the funny thing is that we were laughing about it because we would have taken the dog anyway. Because the dog had tumors on its back and was in bad shape, and we would have been like, okay, for the sake of the dog, we'll make an exception. You don't have to make an appointment. But they had to lie about it and all that crap. So we're like, you know what? You can sit and wait. And eventually they gave up and we're like, we'll just go to our own vet. And we're like, yeah, you do that. It's like, huh. People are stupid.
What a number. Last minute of the stream, by the way.
Sorry.
No, that's completely fine. That's a good note to go on. Just like stupid people.
Stupid people.
Stupid
That's,
people.
that's the thing, you know, working at...
Sweetie,
Yeah.
I need you to sing Happy Birthday to Brandon.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brawny waifu. Happy birthday to you.
And also Brandon.
I was gonna say that was adorable until you did that clap right there at the end.
The very bittersweet happy birthday.
Yay!
Yeah.
That whole thing.
Guys, that marks the end of the stream. Everyone say goodbye. Brandon, you first.
Bye.
Bronny,
Good night, everyone. Thanks for coming out.
good night. And since I'm doing in alphabetical order, Knife.
She
so
left.
I guess you.
She bolted.
Bye. All right, everybody. It's been a great stream. I hope to see you all next week if we're all still alive. Good night.
Yeah, if we haven't died of Coronis by then. Coronis. That's what it's called. I've called it